So there will be no pie smashing in this edition of the Bronco Breakdown, but as usual, we have a plate full of Bronco news, so stick around. All right, 2020 Bronco news, and this month was a pretty quiet month for your 2020 Bronco rumors and news. A little bit unsettling. What is Ford doing? But we did get a little bit of information. It's not exactly new information, just kind of stuff that we've seen before with some more confirmation. There's an article linked below, pretty much confirming the removable door concept for the new Bronco. Now, in this new article, they talk about some different airbag technology. If that excites you, gets your blood pumping, go ahead and read the article. It's a pretty good read. It'll give you some insight on what Ford is trying to do with the new Bronco. Link is below for that. And that's it. That is your 2020 Bronco news. I don't know, it almost seems incomplete. But I guess people just got tired of coming up with random stuff, so. Anyways, thank goodness the 2020 Bronco isn't the only Bronco that people are going bonkers over. We still love the classic Broncos, the full-size Broncos, so we are going to jump into the normal Bronco news, and I am going to start that off with what has been happening with this puppy. We have done a ton to it, cutting into the frame, cutting into the body, all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys a walkthrough right now, so come check it out. Okay, so what has been happening to the pit bull since I last showed you guys what was up? Okay, so as you can see, we have got the 700 R4 sitting in. We've got the Atlas 2 connected to that, and if you look even more closely, you will see the hideous frame notch that we did to get this Atlas sitting up straight. I'll actually crawl up there and show you all the carnage to the body that we did. Don't hate, we had to do what we had to do. This is a wheeling rig. It was super capable with the C4, I thought. Obviously that gave out, so now we're doing upgrades and we're learning new things. I'm learning new things. I think my dad's learning new things too. This is just fun. Don't worry, we're going to brace all of this up, make it super capable. It's not gonna bend, it's not gonna break on us. We are gonna make sure of that because I'm tired of pulling this stupid transmission. We still got a lot of work. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks we'll get this dialed in because I really want to start driving this thing again. So speaking of drivability, if you guys saw, I don't know if you guys did or not, the track bar had totally ripped off the frame, so we braced that up. We're going to fabricate a new track bar mount for this thing, a more heavy duty one, just to make sure that it's not going to rip off again. That's still going to take a little bit more work. Other than that, I think it's just remembering what cables I disconnected and what bolts I took out to make sure this thing goes down the road nice and smooth. So, oh, you know what? Let me hop up to the front, to the body and show you guys what we're doing up there. Okay, so the Sawzall, as you can see, has become our very good friend. I know some of you guys are probably cringing right now. There's the Atlas right there. I'm kind of cringing too, because I don't really know, I don't really know about this, but, we were told that this was the way to do it, so we're just kind of following the instructions. We're hoping for the best. We're probably gonna have to cut some more, and after that, we're gonna have to fabricate something for the shifters. And so, fun little cable shifters. It's gonna be crazy. I really wish I wouldn't have blown my transmission right now.
Now that's just not nice.
But, again, I'm learning a lot doing this. So, cheers to that. That's kind of it. That's kind of all with the pit bull. In case any of you guys were wondering, if you guys have any questions, whoa, my bad. Let me turn that down. Oops. If you guys have any questions on this install, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Let's go ahead and hop back into the normal Bronco news. All right, so with that talked about and out of the way, we are going to continue to talk about Bronco news for the month of August. And one of the biggest pieces of Bronco news that has been floating around the Bronco community is the Ford Bronco that Jenifer Lopez bought for her sweetheart, Alex Rodriguez. Now, what do we know about this build? First off, like I said, Jenifer bought this for Alex for his 44th birthday. It's a 1976 Ford Bronco. It was customized by Vintage Broncos, who are located in Atlanta, Georgia. After J-Lo reached out to Vintage Broncos took this build and did everything in their power to make it A-Rod worthy, with a brand new custom upholstered interior, new front and rear bumpers, power steps, one heck of a stereo system, and all the other bells and whistles you can think of. And it's of course running the Coyote 5.0 with the 4R70W. Check out the Bronco. I think the guys at Vintage Broncos did an amazing job with all of the custom interior work and all of the custom work that they did to the Bronco in general. I'll go ahead and link them below so you can check out some of their other builds. Go show them some love. They do some great work. Now, men, I know what's going through your head right now. You may be pointing fingers at your wife, wondering why you don't get a present just as nice. But I would like to point out, for the sake of the wives, the fact that Alex did buy Jenifer a new Porsche. So, let's just keep the argument fair here, guys. But that's on you. Good luck. Anyways, next up on the news radar, we had the Northwest Bronco Roundup go down again in Florence, Oregon. Now, I haven't heard anything crazy about this event, but I did see that there were somewhere around 275 Broncos registered for this event, which is superb for any Bronco get-together. If you want to check out what went down this year, there are a couple videos that people made that I'll link below. One is a super cool video with a ton of drone shots of the beach and all of that stuff. You can check that out. And then there's also the Old Town Cruise, which I will link below. Now, of course, like I said in last month's Bronco Breakdown, we were actually not able to make it to this year's Northwest Bronco Roundup. But that is because we were at the Woodward Dream Cruise. Although not a Bronco-specific event, the Woodward Dream Cruise is one of the largest cruises on the planet, and I think the number is somewhere around 1 million people show up, which is a ton. It's a super great time. Concerning the Broncos, the Bronco Club of America actually hosted a Bronco event at this cruise where somewhere around 140 Broncos showed up, which was a mixture of classic and full size. It was a super chill event. We got to talk to a ton of people and check out a bunch of the crazy cars that drive down that strip. Now, not only were there a ton of sweet rigs there, but if you remember from last month's Bronco Breakdown, Courtney Barber actually made it out to this event. She was on her way back from the Arctic Circle after what I think was 22 days of driving. So she's a hauler. She was able to stop back in Michigan on her way back, and I'm sure at this point she's back home planning her next cross-country adventure. But it was super cool to meet her and talk to her and check out her Bronco. So that is the Woodward Dream Cruise. Now, I'm actually going to take a couple steps back because if you were listening, I mentioned the Bronco Club of America. And I just want to give a quick shout out to them. If you follow them on any other social medias, you will have access to a ton of pictures from the exclusive Ford archives. These pictures are extremely difficult to get your hands on, so difficult that even Todd Zerker, the author of the Ford Bronco history book, could not access them. Hopefully that puts this into perspective, what Ford is trying to do with this Bronco Club. It's just trying to share some of the heritage with you, the Bronco enthusiast. So I'll link all of their social medias and their website below so that you could go and check them out. And next up, for those of you who enjoy funny Bronco stories, go ahead and check out the one on the VINwiki YouTube channel. The only information that I will give you about this video is that the previous owner of a 1992 Ford Bronco thinks that a prostitute was murdered in the back of his Bronco. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna give you. Links below. And now, a little bit less depressing, check out the Hoonigan Daily Transmission channel to see a 1980 Bronco burning rubber for the Hoonigan team. And I mean straight sending it. From the Ford lettering in the front to the cobwebs and the dents everywhere else, this Bronco screams capable. And that it was. This Bronco won $5,000 for winning a burnout competition. $5,000 for doing a burnout. So the link is below. Go check it out if you want to see somebody else living your dream life. Okay, now reeling it back to the classic Bronco. For those of you who follow the Flying Sparks Garage build on YouTube, you may have seen that they dropped their 5.0 into their Bronco. Aaron and Emily have been super busy with all their other car projects, so we were excited to see them make progress on the Bronco build. They're doing some great things. We can't wait to see what the final outcome is. The link is below to check out that install below. Now, speaking of progress, we told you that we would keep you updated on the Ryan Blaney Bronco build that Gateway was doing, and we would just like to let you guys know that Gateway has done an outstanding job with this Bronco. It's an absolutely beautiful build. Great job to Seth and the Gateway team for putting this build together. NASCAR just released a video of Ryan Blaney's reaction to seeing the Bronco for the first time. So if you want to see that along with more of the Bronco build, check that out in the link below. Again, the Bronco build was super sweet, and we can't wait to see how it does at Barrett-Jackson. Now, another build that you have the chance to see on TV that we had a part in was the brand new muscle car Bronco build. David and the team at BNMC put meticulous work into this Bronco to make it off-road worthy and show ready. However, this isn't your normal show truck. Instead of never seeing a dirt road or flexing on the suspension, Josh Craner, the proud owner of this 1966 Ford Bronco, plans on having fun with this rig. With a Coyote 5.0 powering this puppy, this thing rips. Obviously, the Coyote isn't the only aftermarket product on this rig. This rig is running our armor plate bumpers along with the Guerrilla War flares and the Baja custom cage. Now, if you look closely, you'll see our headbangers are also being sported on this puppy. Quite fancy indeed. It's got a 2.5-inch suspension with our 2-inch billet body lift kit. It's all resting on 33s with 17-inch method wheels. Great job again to the brand new muscle car team. We look forward to seeing this build at SEMA. Now, we are coming close to the end of the Bronco news for this month. The last couple things are just in-house announcements. The first being that I finally got to edit some of the Bronco stories from Super Celebration. And I posted the first one a couple weeks ago. If you haven't checked it out, Andy Ogurchak tells a story of his 66-ish Bronco. Now, this build is super custom. It's super sweet looking. So if you haven't checked out the video, go ahead and check it out on our channel. The link is below. Now, the last bit of Bronco news is we finally finished our brand new catalogs. By this time, if you placed an order with us recently, you should have received one of these in the mail. If you haven't received one and you want one, go ahead and give our guys a call and we will make sure to get one headed out your way. We put a lot of work into this catalog. There's a ton of tech information and all of the new parts are listed in here. It's as complete as we can get it. Now, because we are always adding new parts to the list every month, still the best way to keep in touch with all the new products that we have available is the Bronco Breakdown. And well, now with all of the Bronco news out of the way, it is just that time. It is time to talk about this month's new products. All right, so we don't have much this month, but the first new product is the super sweet black Bronco Sport emblem. We like to offer a variety for any Bronco build that you may be doing, and this is really just another way to do that. If you dig these and you think these will look perfect on your rig, the link is below. I think they look sweet on my rig. I am totally digging that, so make sure you get you some if that's what you dig. Moving on to the next product. Wow. No, you know what? We're not moving on. That's just totally dope. That is just, whoo-hoo! Man, I cannot wait to drive this thing. Ugh. Yeah, Bronco Sport emblem looks sick. Not the most important thing. Anyways, the next new product for your Bronco is the super sweet LED light conversion kit. Now, these are super easy to install. These are as plug and play as it gets. There's no custom wiring. There's no difficult instructions. They literally plug directly into the bulb ports in your tail light housing and flick it on and boom, you've got some LED lights. It's really that simple, guys. If you guys want to upgrade from your old stock bulbs to something like this, again, as plug and play as it gets, nothing hard about it. You just throw your cover back on and you guys are ready to hit the road. So the link is below to check these out. And lastly, a brand new product that has just hit the market is the brand new Bronco Grill lettering kit. Fancy, they're super cool, and they're super different from anything that you've ever seen out there. They take the place of the Ford emblems in the front. You do have to drill the extra 2 holes, but it comes with all of the hardware that you need to install this thing. It looks super awesome. Again, it's just another alternative for your Bronco. So if you want this look, go ahead and check these out in the link below. Now, with all of the new products out of the way, that brings us to future Bronco news and announcements. But before I continue, I would just like to give a shout out to Eddie for sending me these AirPods. If you watched last month's Bronco Breakdown, me and Nashville Early Bronco did a collab. He was all nice and comfy with his little AirPods, and I was kind of trapped into place, and Eddie noticed that. I thought he was joking when he said he was gonna send me these. When I saw him in the mail, I was completely blown away. That's super awesome. Thank you so much, Eddie. I totally appreciate this. So just wanted to give a shout out to him. I'm gonna link his Instagram down below. He's got a super sick Bronco, so check it out. All right, so future Bronco news and announcements. I mentioned our swap meet in last month's Bronco Breakdown. October 5th is the date. If you can make it out, we would be glad to have you. The link is below if you want more information on that event. Also, for future Bronco videos, we still have a ton of Bronco stories in the pipeline coming your way, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I will actually give an honorable mention to the body lift video because I just thought I should let you guys know that as I was editing it, I just decided to scrap it because it ended up being more confusing than helpful. I'm sorry about that. Nashville Early Bronco does have a body lift install video, which I can link below for you guys to check out. Sorry if that was a total letdown, but again, trust me, you would have been more confused than you were before. So, no body lift install video for you guys. But with that aside, that is a wrap for all of the future Bronco news and announcements. So now you know what time it is. It is time to reveal the August Bronco of the month. Now, not only is she the Bronco of the month, but she also wins Most Adorable Bronco Fan. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Elliana Padilla and her 2019 electric Ford Bronco. Under the hood, Elliana has a 6-volt rechargeable battery. She's sitting on stock suspension with 12-inch tires to complete the ride. Now, not only is Elliana a proud owner of a 2019 electric Bronco, but she is part owner of a 1970 and a 1985 full-size Bronco. Big props to Mom and Dad for raising her right. Congratulations, Elliana. Your Bronco is the August Bronco of the month. And I'll just be honest, another reason she won the Bronco of the month was because she was sitting there in her Bronco watching the YouTube channel. And I can't think of a more worthy Bronco of the month than that. So, again, congratulations. With that said, that is a wrap to the August edition of the Bronco Breakdown. What a ride. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and leave a comment down below for what you guys want to see in future Bronco breakdowns or just on the channel in general. If you liked this video, go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, go ahead and subscribe anyways. That way you can consistently comment how much you hate these videos, because I thoroughly enjoy reading those comments. But anyways, with all of that being said, we will see you guys out there on the trail. Peace! Well, that was epic.